How are you? Wonderful seeing you here. I wanted to come on and give you this wonderful segment called On the Move. Yes, on the move, but really not going anywhere because we are here in the house doing what we do, staying safe and out of the way of Rona. So Rona can go on and do what Rona does. I want to see some comments, and I don't know if I can. Oh, there you go. All right, let me fix this. There we go. All right. Hi, Sassafras. How are you? I didn't see who else was in here. Ann is here. Nice seeing you. And hi, Aubrey Adams. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What's going on? Polish my pearl. That's an awesome name. I'm so glad you're doing good. So yeah, my son and I are hanging out in the home here, staying safe, as I pray that you all are. And I wanted to come on here just to give y'all a little brief little segment, like I said, on the move. This on the move segment is aim to just give you a little bit of information as I move through my week. And when things hit me, I want to be able to share that with you because I think it's necessary. So, as I was doing a reading, I don't like to shadow, but I'm trying to give y'all a little bit different of something because I don't want to be outside. And anyway, we're just going to work it out. We're going to work it out. I wanted to give y'all a little bit of something that I was feeling earlier. And I think I basically shared this with y'all a little bit ago in a couple of videos prior to this. And the fact that the North Node is about to enter into Gemini. I want y'all to remember to forget some things. Now, let me explain to you really what the North Node is about. And before I get into that, I want to introduce you, if I haven't already, to my favorite astrologer. One of them, anyway, her name is Jan Spiller, and she passed on. Somebody is actually managing her page on Instagram and also, has been a really good student of hers, and she's speaking that truth in which Jan has spoken to as well when she was on the planet. But she has an awesome book called Astrology for the Soul that you may or may not know. And I really suggest that you get that thing, like for real. It explains the power of the North Node. And you can get your chart free on a lot of different websites, but one of them is alabe.com. Not sure if they have the North Node on there, but it's worth a try. Find out what your North Node is. Get this book, or you can get the book, and I think there's a chart inside there that will tell you, and read up on your North Node. It's necessary, not only for your personal well being, but for what's going on the planet as well. Bust it. The North Node, in my opinion, and what I've learned from and through Jan and a bunch of other astrologers, is like the general. I like to say is like the ambassador of what's happening in the moment. The reason why I wanted to entitle this Remember to Forget is because when the North Node comes in, did you? Oh my gosh, do you like that book? Please tell us all about it. Like for real, either in the comments or live right now. It's on there. Mine is in Gemini. Beautiful. So is my son's, by the way. So that means, oh, so that's good. So let's talk about that thing because it's about to enter into Gemini. So here's the deal, right? The North Node is the general. It is the ambassador of energy that's happening on the planet. And it basically says, everybody, we're going this way. Or if it's in your particular chart, I'm on the planet because we have to do this. Forward and onward, let's go. Almost like that proverbial carrot that's in front of you that just continues or keeps you in the movement, in the direction, in the aim of where you need to go in your life. It's interesting. And it also allows you to drop off some old adages that you had from past lives too, looking at it from a personal standpoint. But being that this is a general freaking broadcast, I want to talk about it generally because the North Node has been in Cancer for some time, for about a year and a half now. And did you know that on May 6th, I believe, don't quote me on the date, but it's definitely in May, of this year, it will go into Gemini for another year and a half, maybe 18 months or so, right? That's huge. That means the vibration in the air, the general, the one who is raising the flag. Hey, Tamika. The one who is raising the flag, the one who is marching forward as far as where we need to go next is going to be Gemini energy. Now, can I tell you how incredibly on point that is, especially given what it is that we're going through in this moment? Some of you may have heard this information already, but I think it's worth repeating because in essence, I want you to remember to forget some of the things that you may have picked up and or need to leave in this moment in time. And this is what I mean. As we march on into this North Node in Gemini, I think it's very, 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 very necessary for us to review what that North Node in Cancer has shown you. I may not ever come on with another broadcast like this, but I think it's worth like peeking out and reviewing it for yourself so you can get the nuggets of why the North Node in Cancer came through. Now, if you don't recall or if you haven't really been paying attention, while it's been in the North Node in Cancer, it's been like really pushing us to get closer to our families, pushing us to pay attention to home life, pushing us. I do not like the shadow on my face. I do not like the shadow on my face. Okay, that's a little better. Ow, okay, there we go. Lighting. I'm not good with my lighting situation, but I'm about to get better. Don't worry about it. Okay, so here's the deal. It's been pushing us to really learn about family and home life. Taking care of ourselves, that's for sure. Taking care of our emotions, right? Nourishing ourselves, nurturing ourselves, and nurturing the people and the situations that matter in our lives. That has been a big deal as well. Like, yo, if you don't know about that, if you haven't really paid attention to that, then you really should. Here's the deal too. It's also been asking us to drop some things because you know that Cancer energy, oh, this is bothering me so much. Because there we go. How about that? Yeah, let's do that. That Cancer energy also likes to hold on to the past. There's the remember to forget thing. How about that? Follow me on this. Because Cancer energy loves to stay in the past, because Cancer energy is extremely forgiving and it has a hard time letting go. It also has a hard time with worry. You understand? Fear. Cancer energy is a worry wart. So we've been led by this energy to worry, to hold on. Should I hold on? I don't know. Maybe like at the last moment we want to snatch it back. We want to grab it for ourselves. We don't want to let go of certain people or certain ideologies because God damn it, it's made me who I was all this time. All of that because that South Node has been in Capricorn. That's a whole nother story, but it reflects one and the same, right? Here's the deal. We need to let it go. We need to let it go for this particular reason in regards to that. So when it jumps into Gemini, Gemini really doesn't have time for that. And what I mean by that, Gemini will allow things to snap back into position only because it will allow it to snap back only because it will forget what emotional turmoil, I should say, or the emotional lessons that was put on you during the time of North Node in Cancer. Y'all following me? Can I get a yes, y'all? Y'all hear what I'm saying? This is extremely, extremely important. Cancers do stay in the past. That's always the issue with me and my mom. Yeah, they have a way. We have a way. I'm a Cancer. I do understand. Thank you for the whys. I appreciate that. Listen, it's very, very necessary that you remember that the things that you went through in this period, again, to reiterate, the things that you sloughed off, the things that you let go, you remain letting go. Remember to forget about that shit. Let it go. Remember to put it in your rear view mirror and don't ever call it back because you got better for it. And how auspicious is that? That we are being sat down as the North Node in Cancer is finishing out and rounding the corner, right? That we are being sat down and actually at home place right now. At home plate is what I really wanted to say. In our space and dealing with our families, almost like putting a cherry on the goddamn Sunday, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? Seeing if you actually really paid attention to your family, paid attention to letting things go, pay attention to the children that's in your family, your mom, and the things that your mother has either told you because she's deceased now, or that your mother continues to tell you, right? Because Cancer energy is definitely mother energy. My point is this: what did you really learn from allowing the North Node in Cancer being your general, your ambassador, your force during this time? And when you can really sit with that, when you can really like pick that thing apart, you understand what I'm saying? And understand that you have gotten not only better for it, but you feel more nurtured, more full, then maybe it's time for you to slide on into that North Node in Gemini, which is going to bring some good times, which is going to bring some great socializing, which is going to allow us to bring some utilizing information that came through while we were sitting with our families and recognizing the importance of our families and togetherness and community. And when the North Node goes into Gemini, it'll say, yo, take that information, excuse me, and run with it now. Take that information and connect with people now. Take that information and stay non-emotional, so to speak. Stay in a dualistic aspect of life, meaning that you can do one thing and you can also do another thing. You can do 2 or 3 different things. You know why I like Gemini energy, especially when it's about to go into this North Node? We'll be able to see that actually we can take 2 different sides of a situation and be all right. We can agree to disagree on some things. How so? Because you've spent this time in the North Node of Cancer really understanding, nurturing, and loving yourself so fierce. Standing on your platform so strong that when it's time for you to see another's point of view when the North Node is in Gemini, you'll be all right with that. Why? Because you are so sure with you. And it's all right. I can disagree with you, but I'm still going to do what I need to do, boo-boo. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Hi, Kimberly. Does that make sense? It's necessary that's funny. It's necessary that we pay attention to these major shifts that happen in our skies, as well as, what's wrong with my freaking words? As well as paying attention to what happens on a daily basis, right? But what's happening in the long term, how it's shaping us up, how it is now bust this, as it goes into North Node in Gemini, now it's going to sit well with that Sagittarius, that Saturn. I'm getting all my information all bundled in my brain. That Saturn and Aquarius, because Aquarius and Gemini gets along. So now that now that the North Node is moving forward with information, and Saturn goes, yeah, but now I see some problems. I see some challenges in community. Oh, well, there's no real challenge because we are actually moving forward, receiving the information to do what? Help us out in the community, because Aquarius has everything to do with the community. I always throw out a lot of information to you, but at the same time, I do it purposely. So you can understand, truly understand, in my opinion, how the universe all comes together as one. There's not one single solitary thing, not one sun sign that really works. There's not one sun sign that's good or bad. It's not one. It's all working together, as above, so below. So I say this to yourself again. Remember to forget. Remember to forget all the pain that you kind of mustered up throughout this North Node and Cancer, and got to the heart and soul of who you are, to the mother, to the womb of who you are, and to the womb of your own existence that has carried you thus far. Remember to forget that all of that pain is gone. And it is time to see a new day. It is time to really step into this new space. But you got to know what you're letting go, and you got to meet it head on. You just can't say, okay, fuck it, it's gone, let's keep it going. No, because it's bound to come back if you don't pay attention. You understand? This is the moment. This is the moment where you recollect, you receive, you go, okay, that was a time in which my children and I bonded because of the Rona, right? But we bonded because we had to. We bonded because it made the next phase even that much sweeter. Does this make sense, y'all? When we negate the beauty, the magic of integration. When we negate the magic of that negative and that positive coming together to really, really forge a new path, like that alchemy happening, right? We negate life. We negate the whole meaning of life. We're not down here to have a party, nor are we down here on this planet to suffer. Nor does God make us suffer. Human beings have a way of making some very interesting decisions. And when we do, we put ourselves in suffrage. Choose differently by paying attention to what's going on around you, by utilizing nature, by utilizing our universe, by utilizing the love of God, by utilizing more specifically that North Node, and really, really tapping into the love of your family. So when it's time to go and utilize everything that you've learned, you'll be better for it for the next year and a half, and we can put it out in the universe as some great information, help some wonderful, wonderful people, because Gemini loves to service. You dig what I'm saying? And really agree to disagree on some things in which we can make life better and different for people in a way that we can be harmonious in it. Does that make sense? All right. I'm about to go, but I'm glad y'all joined me. I really, really am happy of that. Plus, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment, please. People, the people checking in on you are the people you keep. Ain't that the realest thing, sassafras? Because Gemini loves people. So let's get it. Learn a lesson and remember to forget all that stuff. All right, y'all. Bye.